So what is Conor McGregor doing? Apparently, there's been some information on the inside that Conor McGregor has 48 hours to enter the USADA testing pool so that he can fight in December versus Michael Chandler. And apparently, he doesn't even want to fight Michael Chandler. So I have no idea what is going on with him, but I don't know why he just doesn't get into the testing pool already. And there's only one explanation. There's only one reason why he's not, because he's on something. There's no beating around the bush. There's no sugarcoating it. He is definitely on some form of steroid to help fix his shin bone and his leg. That's the only thing I have for it, man. Like, I don't understand. And anyways, even if he's on something, why doesn't he still enter anyways? Apparently, there's more information about he only needs to take 2 tests a year. I think McGregor even mentioned that himself. So does it really matter, bro? I mean, USADA is going to bend the rules or try to figure out some things for you so that you can be able to fight in the UFC in December. They're not going to make you pop, bro. Let's be real. USADA is a corrupt organization. Because let's keep it a G here, bro. Adesanya grew a boob out of nowhere. He didn't pop. John Jones had posting picograms, bro, and he got, like, come on. There's literally no reason that McGregor should not already be in here, because USADA is going to be able to bend the rules to fit him. McGregor, you're the UFC's biggest star ever. There is no way, and I believe this wholeheartedly, there is no way USADA or the UFC is going to be like, nah, McGregor, man. Yeah, you popped, bro. You can't fight nobody. Listen, there's going to be some bending of the rules to figure out a way to get McGregor back in the cage. And I know for damn sure USADA is going to be able to do that so that they can get their big money maker back in the octagon. It's crazy. And it makes no sense to me why he's not already in here, but he still has 48 hours, or by the time this video comes out, he still has 1 day left to get into the USADA testing pool. So I expect him to actually do that. In all honesty, I do think that he will fight Chandler. I don't think that he's going to pull out or just not enter the testing pool. The UFC needs McGregor back. They're going to throw whatever they have at him to make sure he fights sometime this year or maybe early next year at the very least. Because right now the UFC is in a tight spot with their ESPN deal. So they need some pay-per-view buys to come in. And the easiest way to get that to go through is through McGregor. And so without him fighting this year, I don't see a reasonable way for the UFC to kind of be able to back themselves up in future negotiations with ESPN. If we don't see McGregor this year, or maybe even possibly midway through next year, it's going to be really hard sailing and a really probably bad 1.5 years pay-per-view sales wise without him into the sport. So we do need McGregor, whether you like it or not. We need him in the sport, winning or losing. Hopefully winning, because that would be better for the UFC. The UFC needs McGregor to win so bad. They need him to have a few more fights in him, because if he loses to Chandler or loses to anybody else that's not named Chandler, like, it's pretty much donezo. His career is gone. Bye-bye. See you later, Conor McGregor. We're never seeing you again, especially in the UFC. But this ends up leading me to my next point in the video. McGregor, you kind of have to fight Chandler. You have to fight him in December. And the whole reason this fight's going to fall out because Chandler wants to fight one time this year, and he's waiting on you. You're the big money guy. You're the big movie star, not a movie star, but you're a big star in the whole sport. He wants to fight you for that big payday he's about to get. He's doing tough. You're going to waste a whole season of tough because you can't join the USADA pool in 2 days? The fuck are you doing? I don't understand, but I just don't understand how you would waste Chandler's time and the whole season of tough for you guys to eventually not meet at the end of the year. It makes absolutely no sense to me. But Chandler has a family, bro. He's getting older. Like, right now, he's at a point in his career where he needs to make as much money as possible, make one last run in his career. And if you're not going to be there in December, I don't blame Chandler for sitting out, or I don't blame Chandler for finding a different fight in the meantime in December. Maybe he can fight the winner of Poirier-Gaethje if they do go to a war and don't get that inevitable title shot against Islam. The Oliveira might get that I said in my previous video. Make sure you guys go watch that. I would appreciate it. But I genuinely do not blame Michael Chandler for maybe skipping out on a Conor McGregor fight. Personally, if it was me, I would still fight Conor, just because if I do win, that would be the ultimate win of my career, making money wise. So, but maybe again, it might happen later down the line. If Conor can't enter the USADA pool this month, next month, I mean, it only leaves more time for Chandler to get back in there and fight Conor eventually down the road. Just get one tune-up fight in the meantime while you wait for Conor. fight some up-and-comer maybe, which is also very dangerous indeed. But he can do something in the meantime to prepare for his Conor fight, I guess. I don't know, but this fight should definitely go down at the end of the year. There's no excuse for it to not to. And if it comes down to that, where this fight does fall out, which I highly doubt it will, but if it does end up falling out, this is probably the worst outcome possible for McGregor. If he can't fight Chandler and has to fight somebody else, it's problems. His career's over. His career's done. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Because think about it for a second. If you fight somebody like an Oliveira, who's made comments about fighting McGregor in the past, he called him out after, I think, his Gaethje win. I forget which one he called him out against, but he did call out McGregor, and he's been commenting or replying or quote tweeting on Twitter some interesting stuff. Maybe a possible matchup between him and McGregor could be looming in the future. That would be, immediate problems for Conor. I don't think he wins that fight at all. I don't think he beats anybody besides probably Chandler in the top part of lightweight. It's just, Chandler is his best matchup. He just is. Anybody else is probably going to be able to submit him, beat him up, TKO him. Like, Conor's done. Like, he's pretty much done. So we need to find specific matchups for him to where he can be successful and keep on going, but while, like, somewhat keeping his name in the loop of the top 5 at lightweight. And Chandler's that perfect guy. He fights Oliveira, he loses. He fights Poirier, I think he loses again. If he fights Gaethje, maybe not, but I think he still loses to Gaethje. He fights Islam, won't ever happen because he's shouldn't get a title shot, but he fights Islam, probably gonna lose that. Probably get choked out like Khabib did him. So that leaves just Chandler, and we don't know if he can even beat Chandler. The majority of people are picking Michael Chandler to beat him by KO, first round KO. So that's even a question. So how do you think he's going to be able to beat Gaethje or be able to beat a Poirier or Oliveira? It's just not going to be a thing, bro. And so McGregor, get in the testing pool and fight Chandler this year, man. I'm begging you. So I want you to be in the sport. I want you to be a huge name and bring back pay-per-view sales. It also will do well for my channel in the future. Be able to give my takes on your fights and give my opinion about you and have your name in my title and thumbnail and all that stuff. Like, so I need you to fight, Conor. Like, dead ass. Like, I need you to fight. In every which shape and form, I need Conor McGregor to be relevant in the UFC or in any combat sport. It would be awesome. But if he can't get his ass in the USADA testing pool within the next day when this video comes out, bro, what are you doing? You're being delusional. You're obviously on gear. Like, there's no shot you're not at this point. You're on something. You're trying to hide something. And maybe I don't know. Maybe he's just taking his time. It makes no sense to me, but I don't know. That's pretty much all I have for you today. Conor, get your ass back in Octagon and get in that USADA testing pool. Whatever. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. Leave a comment down below. Peace.